Lots of you are going to be planning to move to Florida in 2023 because maybe you're just tired of this, or perhaps you're just looking to move somewhere that's just a bit more warmer and more relaxing. Whatever your reason may be, in this video, we're going to talk about the top 10 places to live in Florida based on my extensive travels across Florida and people's feedback. Now, most of these places are also going to be on the US News and Forbes list of top places to live in Florida. So in no particular order, let's get started with Tampa. Now, Tampa was one of the most moved to destinations in Florida in the last few years. For 2022, Zillow named Tampa the hottest housing market. US News ranked Tampa the 5th best place to live in Florida for 2022 and 2023. And Forbes just announced that Tampa is the #1 place to live in Florida. All these accolades are not surprising because Tampa truly has so much to offer for so many people. Tampa is located in Tampa Bay, close to the Gulf Coast, and is in Hillsborough County. With over 387,000 residents, Tampa is one of the largest cities in Florida. Now, this area used to be mainly known for theme parks and attractions such as Busch Gardens and the zoo, but it has been fast evolving over the years. There's lots of trendy neighborhoods, really nice restaurants to go to, and plenty of other attractions beyond Busch Gardens and the zoo. And not surprisingly, Tampa is drawing people from all walks of life. This includes a younger generation who's interested in living in Tampa, not just because of the warmer weather and the tax benefits that you typically get when just living in Florida, but also because of the metropolitan vibe and the vast work opportunities that Tampa provides. Tampa is becoming a growing tech hub and is home to about 20 corporate headquarters and close to 500 foreign-owned companies. Top-ranking corporations in the area include Bristol-Myers Squibb, Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and Raymond James. The vicinity around Tampa Convention Center is one of the most scenic places in the city with stunning water views. There's cool restaurants and shopping places to visit, and close by is a neighborhood called Davis Island that offers water views towards the downtown Tampa convention area. The Riverwalk is a 2.6-mile trail along the Hillsborough River and one of the best places to experience in Tampa. Or maybe you just want to walk or bike ride on the 4.5 miles long Bayshore Boulevard walkway, which is also known as the world's longest sidewalk. It actually really feels like that if you were to do the entire walk. It's pretty long. From here, you can also see breathtaking views of Tampa Bay and beautiful waterfront mansions. The median age in Tampa is approximately 36 years. Per Redfin's data, as of November, the median sales price for a residential home was $410,000. Per niche.com, the Hillsborough County Public District ranks number 24 in Florida. Use the niche.com information only directionally. You're always going to be better off speaking directly to a school representative that can really help you understand the educational platform and the rankings. So choose Tampa if you're looking for big city living on the West Coast. Plenty of job opportunities and beaches that are in driving distance away, albeit they're not going to be around the corner. So the nearest beach is going to be about 45 minutes away. If you're into sports, if you're a sports fan, you're going to love living in Tampa because it's been designated as Florida's sports city. People really get into it here. St. Petersburg is an open-minded city with a thriving downtown area, offering an abundance of cultural, arts, and theater options. St. Petersburg is located southwest of Tampa on the Gulf Coast and is part of Pinellas County. The city is the second largest city in the Tampa Bay area with a population of over 261,000 people. Luckily for those that live here, the beaches are really close by in the St. Pete Beach area and include St. Pete Beach, Upham Beach, and Paso Girl Beach. In case you didn't know, St. Pete Beach and St. Petersburg are not the same. They're in fact two different cities that neighbor each other. It's kind of confusing because of the names, right? It just sounds like the same place. The downtown waterfront area is the heartbeat of St. Petersburg. There's so much to do and see in this area. The central gathering place is the updated pier, which we opened in 2020 after 7 years of being closed for renovations. Today, the pier truly offers something for everyone. There's so much to do and see for the entire family. My absolute favorite thing to do is to watch the city skyline from the tip of the pier, especially during sunsets. The views are just spectacular. Most of the best restaurants and cultural activities are going to be located right in the downtown waterfront area. And it's here where the Salvador Dali Museum is located, which is home to the largest collections of Dali's works in the US. This museum also has a rotating show of other really well-known artists. And so if you're an art lover, this is a fantastic museum to have close by. by. The median age is approximately 43 years. Per Redfin's data, as of November, the median price for a residential home was $385,000. The Pinellas County School District ranks 13 out of 69 in Florida per niche.com. If you're looking for a vibrant, artsy, open-minded and urban experience while having the beaches really close by, just 10-15 minutes away, then St. Petersburg may be a consideration for you. Sarasota in Sarasota County, where I live, is a city on the Gulf Coast about 45 minutes south from St. Petersburg. In 2022, it was voted by US News as the #1 best place to live in Florida and #9 best place to live in the US. Forbes just came out with their own rankings, and Sarasota is named the 8th best place to live in Florida. The current population in Sarasota County is over 447,000 people. I would say that the obvious reason why people move to Sarasota is for the award-winning beaches. In and around Sarasota, we have about 9 beaches that are really close by. Siesta Key is the most well-known beach, which consistently gets ranked as one of the top beaches in the US. Siesta Key Beach is beautiful, there's no doubt about it. The sand is made out of 99% quartz, and so it stays cool to the touch, and it's also very powdery like. But there's other beaches that I feel deserve just as much recognition, especially the Lido Key beaches. And then there's also Nokomis and the Venice beaches, which are far less trafficked actually than Siesta Key. And so to some people, that's a really welcoming change. But Sarasota is so much more than just the beaches. In reality, it's an extremely well-rounded place where the beach life and the city life collide in a rather small geographical area. And I believe that this is actually the true value proposition of Sarasota. You can enjoy many different lifestyles all in a short distance from each other. Most major points of interest in Sarasota are very close to each other and very close to central Sarasota. Downtown Sarasota is the city center. It's fast growing, and it's here where you're going to find most of the top rated restaurants, lounges, and rooftop bars. The beaches and suburban neighborhoods are just a few miles away from the downtown area. And you don't have to drive hours either to get to nature. As a matter of fact, Mayaca State Park, which is one of the largest state parks in Florida, is just 19 miles to the east of downtown Sarasota. And then there's the Legacy Trail, which is a safe bike and running trail that goes from downtown Sarasota all the way into Venice. There's so many more outdoor activities that you can take part in Sarasota, which includes tennis, pickleball, boating, fishing, golfing, of course, and kayaking. Sarasota is also known as the cultural city on the Gulf Coast because the city offers a vast number of arts and museum choices, including the Van Wezel, the Asolo, the Florida Studio Theater, and the Ringling. The median age is approximately 49 years. Sarasota County has one of the top public school districts in Florida. Per niche.com, Sarasota County ranks #2 in best school districts in Florida. The November median cost for a residential home in Sarasota was about $442,000 per Redfin data. If you're looking to take advantage of the beach and the city life in a stunning smaller geographical area with some of the best beaches and schools, a vibrant arts and theater scene, then I think Sarasota might actually be for you. We're now heading 117 miles south from Sarasota. Naples is a city in Southwest Florida in Collier County. US News ranked Naples as the #2 best place to live in Florida and the safest place to live in all of the US. Naples is known as the golf capital in the world with over 80 championship courses and more holes per capita than anywhere else. Not surprisingly, Naples is popular with affluent snowbirds because a lot of them are golfers, many of which have second homes here. And they typically spend the winter months in Naples in order to escape the cold weather up north. Because of this trend, Naples' population easily doubles in the winter months. Naples is one of the most expensive places to live in all of Florida. It is also here you will find some of the best luxury shopping experiences. So for example, Waterside Place, which is an open-air mall, hosts brands such as Louis Vuitton, Rolex, and Gucci. The Naples downtown area is relatively small. It looks more like a small town center, and there are no high-rise buildings here. But it's very walkable and filled with cafes, restaurants, and shops. The downtown area is really close to the Naples Fishing Pier, which is one of the most recognized places or spots in all of Naples. The pier unfortunately sustained damage during Hurricane Ian just a few months ago, but part of the pier is now back open to the public. The median age in Naples is about 66 based based on the last census that was done. So of all places that we're talking about in this video, Naples is going to have the highest median age. So then, not surprisingly, Naples has historically been a retirement community, but that's all kind of evolving with younger generations now moving in as well. And a lot of it is driven by remote workers. Per niche.com, Collier County School District ranks number 6 out of 69 in Florida. The November median cost for a residential home in Naples was about $715,000 per Redfin's data. So one of the most expensive places to live. Now, for those of you that are interested in Naples, it is very likely that you're also going to be interested in Sarasota, because I get a lot of people who are choosing between these two places. And of those that typically choose Naples, they do so because of the luxury shopping experience, luxury real estate options. There's so many vast amount of golf courses to choose from, and overall a much quainter setting than Sarasota. But then of those people who choose Sarasota over Naples, they typically do so because of the top rated beaches. The downtown area is much bigger, it's much livelier, and there's way more to do from a cultural and arts standpoint. Orlando's main claim to fame is
Mickey Mouse.
It's for the theme parks such as Walt Disney World, SeaWorld, and Universal. And so if you're somebody that loves Mickey Mouse or the other Disney characters, you're going to be in heaven here. But the city is way more than Disney. The US News voted Orlando the number 13th best place to live, and Forbes just recently voted it the 5th best place to live in all of Florida. Orlando is in Orange County, located in Central Florida. It's a little bit over an hour to the closest beach, which is on the East Coast. Orlando is made up of 3 main clusters. You've got downtown Orlando, International Drive, and Walt Disney World Resort, which you can easily spot on this map here, which is from Visit Orlando. Downtown Orlando is thriving with lots of restaurants, entertainment, arts and culture. There's a lot of businesses around here. Lakewood is kind of in the middle of all of this, and it's a fun place to just kind of hike around, walk around, bike around, be part of nature. And there are cute little neighborhoods right around kind of the center of downtown, some of which are brick paved, so it's very charming. International Drive, also called I-Drive, is described as Orlando's most dynamic destination. It is here where the convention center is located. There are many hotels and restaurants nearby, and just a few minutes away is Universal Studios and SeaWorld. But it is arguably Walt Disney World Resort that is best known in Orlando. People come from all over the world to visit. According to so many sources, Walt Disney World Resort is the most visited vacation resort in the world, with an average annual attendance of over 52 million people. Though Orlando has become really popular to move to over the last few years, real estate is still relatively affordable, especially when compared to many other places in Florida. The November median price for a residential home was $350,000 per Redfin's data. The median age is about 34 years old, the lowest of all places discussed in this video. The Orange County Public School District is ranked number 20th best school district in Florida per niche.com. Of course, if you're a Disney fan, there's going to be so much for you to do and enjoy here in Orlando. But even if you're not interested in going to theme parks, there is still going to be so much for you to do and enjoy in this area here. For one, Orlando's population is really diverse. The downtown area is thriving. There are many arts and cultural choices. And some people prefer Orlando because it's Central Florida versus being closer to the coast. Jacksonville, also called Jax by locals, has become one of the hottest places to move to in Florida. It was voted the 4th best place to live in Florida per US News, and the 2nd best place to live in Florida per Forbes in 2022. Jacksonville is in Duval County on the northeast coast of Florida, about 45 minutes north from St. Augustine. Since Jacksonville is closer to the northern border of Florida, the summers here tend to be a little bit less extreme temperatures-wise than what you would typically encounter in the southern part and southwest Florida region. Jacksonville is the largest city in the U.S. by landmass. Close to 1 million people live here. Even though Jacksonville is much more on people's radar when it comes to moving to Jacksonville in Florida, real estate prices are still much more affordable here than in other South and Southwest Florida regions. So a lot of people who are choosing to move to Jacksonville are doing so because it's more affordable, but they're not sacrificing quality of life. The job market here is really hot. It's one of the hottest in Florida, and there's many different choices of neighborhoods with over 500 neighborhoods to choose from, ranging from urban, rural, and beach areas. Many people who live in Jacksonville actually describe the city as having kind of a small town feel, especially as you go from neighborhood to neighborhood. St. Johns River is Jacksonville's crown jewel. The river runs around the downtown area, and it's the downtown area that's really the core of Jacksonville, with over 90 restaurants and cafes. It is here you're going to see most of the skyscrapers as well. Just 17 miles to the east are some of the best beaches on the East Coast, including Atlantic Beach and Jacksonville Beach. If you go just a little bit further north, there's Little Talbot Island State Park, which offers really pristine and some of the most unspoiled beaches in Florida. The St. John's Town Center is a lifestyle mall, that's how they're describing it, and it's one of the main shopping and dining areas in Jacksonville with over 175 stores. And so if you're somebody that loves shopping, guess what? There's so many stores to choose from, you're probably gonna shop until you drop there. The median age in Jacksonville is approximately 36 years. The median price for a residential home in November per Redfin's data was $289,000. If you're looking for a much more affordable living in Florida, but you want to be on the East Coast, you want the city and the beaches around, parks, you are interested in a thriving job market, then I think Jacksonville might actually be a good option for you to consider. We're now going to venture 45 minutes south from Jacksonville to St. Augustine in St. Johns County. St. Augustine is the oldest continuously occupied city in the United States, and it's often called the nation's oldest city. The St. Augustine region was established in 1565 by the Spanish, and today is an important place in American history. St. Augustine looks vastly different from what you would imagine a Florida city to resemble, partially due to the Spanish influence. In the historic downtown area, you'll find narrow lanes and older buildings with Spanish-style architecture. You would never even know you're in Florida when you're in downtown St. Augustine. St. Augustine is known for the historic landmarks such as Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth and the Castillo de San Marcos. Just 3 miles from the historic downtown area is Anastasia Island, a 14-mile barrier island located on the northeast Atlantic coast. On this island, you're going to find St. Augustine Beach, Crescent Beach, and Butler Beach, and there's a big surfing community here because of the surf-friendly waves. Now, towards the northern tip of the island is Anastasia State Park, with an abundance of wildlife and unspoiled beaches, really for you to explore. The median age is about 48 years. The population in St. Johns County is about 300,000. Per Redfin's November data, the median price for a residential property was $403,000. The St. Johns County Public School District is the #1 rated public school district in Florida per niche.com. Why should you consider living in St. Augustine? St. Augustine is so rich with history. You've got cobblestone streets, plenty of parks all around, surf-friendly beaches, and of course, warm weather year-round. And for those of you with children, the public school district has been ranked one of the best in Florida. If you're looking for affordable beach living, then Daytona Beach in Volusia County is one of the cheapest beach towns in all of Florida. Besides Jacksonville, which we already talked about, is the cheapest place to live of all places covered in this video. Daytona Beach was named the 7th best place to retire in the US and the 7th best place to live in all of Florida per US News for 2022 and 2023. Many of you probably know of Daytona Beach because you've seen some of the races that are held here, especially Daytona 500 NASCAR races, which are hosted here. But as you can imagine, the city is not just about racing, there's more to it. Just as the name implies, Daytona Beach is also about the beaches here. And there are about 23 miles of beaches with hard-packed sand that vehicles can actually drive on, depending on whether or not it's a designated area for car vehicles. If it is, you can park your car on the beach. The beaches here include Ormond Beach, Daytona Beach Shores, and Ponce Inland. Now, along the boardwalk area is plenty to do in terms of entertainment, parks. There's a historic pier, plenty of outdoor activities such as fishing, surfing, biking, and paddleboarding. Daytona Beach also has a really cute downtown riverfront area, which is between Bay Street and Orange Avenue, and it's here where you're going to find about 60 restaurants and shops. Approximately 550,000 people live in the Volusia County area. The median price for a residential home in Daytona Beach was $296,000 per Redfin's November data. Volusia County is the number 39th best public school district in Florida per niche.com. If you're looking for affordable beach town living on the East Coast, this may actually be a great option for you, especially if you're also into car racing. Now we're going to head over to Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is in Broward County, and it's approximately 50 miles to the north of Miami, and typically it's described as the quieter version of Miami. Fort Lauderdale Beach is the most popular beach in the area. By the beach, there's a wave wall that you've probably seen in pictures, and it's become really symbolic for Fort Lauderdale. The 6-mile pedestrian promenade is great for biking, walking, running, and people watching. Now, along the way are many cafes and larger hotels. Fort Lauderdale is also nicknamed the Venice of America, and it's known for the waterways and canals which people get around in usually pretty easily by boat, water taxis, or even gondola rides. Along the New River is the Riverwalk Park area, which hosts many cultural, art, and entertainment options in an urban setting. Flagler Village in the downtown area is one of the trendiest and artsiest neighborhoods. The Mass District, which stands for Music and Arts South of Sunrise, and the Fat Village Arts District, which stands for Flagler Arts and Technology, are located right in this neighborhood. So not surprisingly, Fort Lauderdale is one of the most liberal cities in Florida, along with Miami and Key West. Approximately 182,000 live in Greater Fort Lauderdale with a median age of 42. The November median price for a residential home was $463,000 per Redfin's data. And per niche.com, Broward County Public School District ranks number 21 in Florida. Now, besides wanting to live here for the warm weather and the beaches, Fort Lauderdale is great for artists and those looking for more of a liberal place to live in. Now, if you're somebody that has children, there are over 150 public and private schools to choose from in Fort Lauderdale, many of which are ranked in the top 20 in Florida. Miami and Miami-Dade County is one of the most popular vacation spots in all of Florida. The city is truly vibrant, and people come here from all over the world to enjoy the beautiful beaches, of course, nightlife, the city skyline, and there's so much to do in terms of luxury and shopping opportunities. But Miami is also known as the gateway to the Americas. Many companies have their Latin America division in Miami to foster an easy entry point into the Latin American economy. Miami in general is very friendly towards businesses. Miami also offers them a very favorable tax structure. And so it's no surprise that some of the biggest companies such as Lennar, Carnival Cruise Line, and Ryder Systems have their headquarters right in Miami. Miami Beach, which is probably more known than downtown Miami, is a barrier island and it's about 30 minutes from downtown and includes beaches such as South Beach, Mid Beach, and North Beach. South Beach is probably the best known neighborhood. It's also known as SoBe, and it's here where you'll find some of the more famous night spots. It's a really trendy scene. South Beach is on the southern side of Miami Beach. So Miami Beach is about 9 miles long, of which 2.5 miles is taken by the South Beach area. Now, I will say this, of all the places that we talked about in this video, outside of Naples, Miami is going to be the most expensive place to live in. Per Redfin's November data, the median price for a residential home in Miami was $525,000. The median age in Miami is approximately 40 years. Miami-Dade County Public District was voted the 29th best public school district in Florida per niche.com. The population in Miami-Dade County is approximately 2.7 million. If you're looking for big city living in Florida, you're interested in nightlife, action, and much more of a diverse setting, then I think Miami might actually be a good option for you if it's within your budget. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, like this video to let me know that you enjoy this type of content. And just out of curiosity, which place in Florida would you pick and why? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Now, if you're interested in real estate opportunities at any of these places, contact me and we can kind of talk through your needs. And if it's outside of my area of focus, I can easily connect you with some really good, credible agents. Now, if you're interested in Sarasota, Venice, Bradenton, and Lakewood Ranch, contact me. I would love to assist you as well. Call, email, text anytime. I have so much insights and data available that I know is really going to help in the negotiation. I also know the neighborhoods really well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, watching this video until the very end. I always appreciate when you guys do. Take care.